Hello, welcome to Introducing CSS. This introductory module is for anyone who has already learned HTML and is looking to style their HTML pages using CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. It sets the style for a web page and is separate from HTML. Previously, styling of HTML elements for a web page were done in line with the tags. This was tedious to write, difficult for others to read, and time-consuming to make necessary changes. Changing an element on one page for an entire website would require changing it on every single web page. The important thing about CSS, the important thing to remember, is that it is independent from your HTML code. A single style sheet can style an entire website, which means changes to a website's appearance can be implemented with as little as a single line of CSS code. Pop quiz. Each web page requires its own style sheet. True or false? The implication of this is that CSS can do all the styling in your website. You can have an HTML page with no style at all. You can see csszengarden.com for examples of this. Here we have a web page with no style. In fact, there is a CSS style sheet, but it's been suppressed. So, as you can see, there's just some images, some links here at the top, which forms our navigation bar, some basic text, and an additional navigation bar at the bottom. If we go back in and allow the CSS to do its work, we can see the transformation. Now we have a styled web page. Elements are in line with each other. Colors have been changed to make them more pleasing, and our list of links before now looks like a proper navigation bar. Getting started. Save your file with a .css file extension. Here we are in Notepad++. As you can see, we have a style sheet here with a .css file extension. Here we have the index page, which is styled by the style sheet. Elements in HTML are styled with style selectors. There are three main ways elements are selected. The first is the element selector. Elements are selected by their type of element, such as body or footer. The second way is the ID selector. Individual HTML elements can be named with an ID. For instance, you can have a boat link or a boat picture and named as such. The ID selector is distinguished by having a hashtag before the ID name. The third type of selector is the class selector. Different elements with different IDs can be grouped together in a class. The class selector is distinguished by a period preceding the name of the class. Here we have the three main types of selectors in our style sheet. The element selectors are at the top. The body and footer of every web page styled with a style sheet will be altered by these selectors. The ID selectors are shown below. Here we have cows1 and contacts as the individual elements named by their IDs. The class selectors are shown at the bottom in red. Here the classes skipics and vids are selected. Time for another quiz. What are the three main types of selectors in CSS? The three main types of selectors are class, ID, and element. In the next lesson, we will cover styles used in CSS. Thank you for joining us for this introductory lesson in CSS.